In conversation with Tana A. Grage. Tana A. Grage is an author with a compelling life story, vividly chronicled in its memoir Rockin the Baby. Born on August 2, 1995, in Omaha, Nebraska, at Bergen Mercy Hospital, Tana's early life was marked by a mix of challenges and unique experiences. Growing up in a city often underestimated for its significance, he witnessed the construct of life in Omaha, a place vibrant with its own culture yet grappling with the complexities of everyday struggles. Tana's negative journey in Rockin the Baby takes readers across state lines from the introspective moment on the bridge crossing into horror, symbolizing transitions in his life to the vivid description of his surroundings and inner thoughts. His writing style is raw and unfiltered, capturing the essence of his experiences with honesty and a touch of humor. The memoir is more than just a recounting of events, it is a deep dive into Tanak's personal battles, including his struggles with addiction, his effort to overcome personal challenges, and the realities of dealing with family dynamics. His story is one of self discovery, resilience, and a continuous journey towards self improvement despite the odds. Turner's straightforward and engaging narrative style in Rockin' the Baby offers a fresh perspective not just on his life, but on the broader human experience of growing up and finding one's part in a complex world. His memoir is a testament to the resilience of the human spirit and a continuous quest for identity and purpose. And on today's episode of our interview, it's my utmost pleasure and joy to have on the show today Tana E. Grag. How are you doing, Tana?
Yeah, I'm doing good. How you doing, man?
I'm doing very fine too. It's very awesome to have you on the show today. I'm excited.
Thank you. Me as well.
Yeah. Yeah, so Tana, could you tell us about your book, Rockin' the Baby, which detailed the experience with so many ups and downs of life? I'd love to ask you, how does this book come about? Why did you choose to write Rockin' the Baby?
So I mean, it's a memoir about my life, and basically, it started with uh, how I started writing it. To be honest with you, was going through addiction, and as I was getting high and coming down from the high, if you will, uh, I would catch like a moment or like a sense of reality would hit me, or like surrealness, and I start
Mm,
realizing that like reality is hitting me, and I start catching a bunch of like emotions or like feelings or just like basically a whole bunch of different thoughts and scenarios that would just start popping into my head, and
mm,
I wanted to talk to people, you know, uh, talk to people about how I was feeling or this and that, and nobody was really wanting to listen to me. And so,
mm,
with that being, somebody was really wanting to listen, my peers, I should say, like around me. Uh, so since they didn't want to listen, I was, too not too afraid. I want to say I was shut down by my peers, and so I was, basically just considering myself, kind of thinking like, how do I say this? Uh, I guess since my peers shut me down, I didn't want to
mm.
go and take the initiative to talk to somebody else about my problems, And so basically, I just
Wow.
started writing down my problems, and eventually, it kind of just grew into a book, I guess.
Wow. Well, that's quite amazing to know, really. I'm excited to know a snippet into the background of how Rockin' the Baby come to be. And now, in case of readers who haven't read the book yet, and of course, without giving much information away, could we have a sneak of what we'd expect in terms of themes picking up Rockin' the Baby?
Okay, so with that being said, me, you can expect me talking to the reader, breaking through to the fourth person. I talk
Oh,
to the reader. Also, a thing that you can expect is a bunch of slang, I guess you could say, when it comes to
oh,
talking,
wow.
a bunch of slang. And one thing I would recommend is reader discretion is advised when it comes to the book. There
Oh,
is some content. It gets pretty dark and
wow.
disturbing in some cases, but it's reality. And there's a lot of self reflection though, that goes on in that book, and a lot of
Wow.
self understanding when it comes to the book.
Wow. 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 Thank you. Thank you for letting us know, actually. That's very, necessary. Yeah, that we know. Good. Now, I'm curious to know if you experienced any challenges or difficulty in the process of writing Rockin the Baby. And, we all know that, writing memoir might pose some challenges, one or two or the other. But if there is any, could you share with us what challenge it is and how you ultimately overcame it?
Yes, one of the challenges I would say is when it came to writing, I would say writer's block for sure. Writer's
Oh.
block. To be honest with you, and how I overcame writer's block is when I feel like I couldn't come up with anything to write or remember anything. Basically, what I would do is I would just completely forget about, I just put it aside and
Mm,
just do something different that had nothing to do with writing and just go on, continue without my day. And then eventually I would just, whenever like an idea or a thought would come to me and I'd just start writing it down right then and there. So I would really
mm.
just wait. I wouldn't try and force it because I wanted to be as authentic and genuine as possible when it came to writing my story.
Wow. Oh, that's quite lovely to know, really. I love the sound of it. And now I'd love to ask you, Tana, apart from Rocking the Baby, do you have any other works you've authored or maybe currently working on?
As of right now, currently, no. I mean, not necessarily like working on a manuscript right now, no. But I do have a second book that I am kind of just brainstorming on, picking up
Oh,
thoughts, uh, you know, just ideas, I guess you could say, picking ideas and different kind of thoughts from. I will be writing a second part to the book though, the
mm,
second version of that, maybe.
wow. That's amazing, really. It's amazing to know it's going to be in a series. Quite lovely to know. And now, could you tell us what publishing is like for a published author like yourself? Are there any challenges you've encountered ever since you got published? Also, I'd love to ask you, how do you handle criticism as a writer, especially the negative ones?
Uh, so when it comes to publishing, I would say, well, so with publishing, I'm a self-published author. So with that being said, I, I mean, it was kind of hard self-publishing because I've never published a book before, for one.
Mm,
For two, the struggles would be trying to find the right publisher and on who to go with, especially making sure that it's not like I guess what they call like a vanity press or like kind of like schemes or whatnot, because people will offer you different kinds of services
mm,
and like, hey, we'll do this and that for this amount of money. So I would say it's just the struggles with self publishing would be just trying to find the right person and making sure that you're not getting scammed or anything like that. But with me,
absolutely.
I went through Amazon to get self
Wow.
published and completely free. The only thing that they did is that they would take 30% and then you get 70%, and then everything's completely free. You're publishing, you're uploading, and
Yeah.
all that stuff. Pretty good. Other than that, I would say yeah, pretty
Wow,
much
that's
that for
quite
that.
amazing. Yeah, that's quite amazing to know about that. So thank you so much for sharing about your publishing route and journey. And my next question, my other question previously was, how do you react to criticism, in case you've ever had one? Like, how do you handle criticism as a writer?
Hey, it's just, so far I really haven't had no bad reviews on my book. Uh, I would say I've only had really only good reviews so far. I've had one negative review, and that was just about a certain uh topic or little thing that happened. But negative reviews, I can't be too mad at them, because I'd rather have 1,000 bad reviews of honesty than a million fake reviews of saying that I'm doing good and whatnot. So
Oh,
I just look at it as kind of it is what it is, and I can't really it's my story, so
yeah,
if they
that's
don't
true. Yeah, yeah. That's actually true because you don't expect people to get angry because of your story or expect them to say you don't mention one certain part, unlike when you're writing fiction where some writers or readers rather can be like, yeah, I was expecting it to be like this. I don't like the ending, but this is my life story. So yeah, there's no way you want to criticize my life story, stuff like that. So yeah, I
Right.
can relate to that. And now, Tana, is there anything that you'd love to share with the viewers about your books that we did not mention in this interview and you'd love the viewers to know?
I mean, I wasn't really prepared for that one. uh, I like to share. I mean, it's a true story. Oh yeah, there is one thing. Okay, so one thing that I'm trying to do with my book is not only write a second part, like a series wise, but
Yeah.
all I gotta say is that if they think that my story is good and it's great and it's crazy and it's wild, uh, I just want y'all to know that I have friends, I have family who has even crazier stories, who I'm
Mm,
trying to encourage them to write their own life story, and that way they can, you know, write their own book, and then, you know, so when they write their own book, I'm trying to have them publish theirs, and then have that kind of intertwine with my book. So basically, it'd be two life stories from different perspectives, but they would intertwine and have same events in some spots, but not necessarily like,
mm,
throughout the whole book. So it's kind of
wow.
like a different perspective. And then I want a lot of them to, basically, it's gonna be a crazy series. We'll put it like that.
Yeah.
So
Wow, wow, that's quite amazing to know, really. And I love the sound of it, really. It sounds like something quite compelling to me. So thank you so much for sharing. And now,
thank you.
Tana, in the sake of writers who are yet to publish a book, what sort of
Mhm.
advice do you have for people or someone who is still struggling with putting a book together, with publishing a book? What would you advise people in this category?
I would say never give up. Don't ever give up. Always keep, always keep writing. Uh, and advice is when it comes to writer block, if you have writer's block, just one thing that helps me out was to journal. Just journal every day. Just a quick log of your daily routine and how it went. Just journal it down, and then you do that every day. That way, when you're
Mm,
writing, you can just go back and pull. Just look at your notes and see what happened during those days. That way, if you're doing like a memoir, you can say, okay, well, this is what I did. You can pull from that, kind of like a file. That way it's easier for you to write down things or topics or situations for your memoir.
mm,
Also, to publishing a book, if you're doing self-publishing, I would say most definitely do your research. Do your research for sure. Because that's one thing that I should have done for sure was did a lot more research. I kind of was just a little too impatient,
mm.
when it came. I kind of like rushed a lot of things. So I would say don't rush anything. Just do a lot of research and never give up. Always keep writing. And if you want to be a writer, you're already a writer because you're already writing. You know.
Yeah. That's amazing. And I love your advice. And I'm hopeful that viewers, including myself, would love to utilize it. Now, Tana, in case we have some viewers who are currently watching this interview and would like to get a copy of your book, what platform is it available on for purchase?
Amazon is
That's
available on Amazon.com.
Yeah, that's great. And I left a link in the description part of this interview where interested viewers can get a copy of Turner Adams Gragg's books directly on Amazon. So thank you so much, Tana, for accepting the invitation to be featured on P English Literature. It's a pleasure having this conversation with you.
Also, if I may add one thing.
Yeah, you can.
Okay, so if there's anybody out there that's looking for like literary agents, if you're this is for self-publishers and people who want to take a traditional publishing route.
Yeah.
I have contact list of like 100 plus people. They do promo, they do marketing. I have contacts for people who are that work on radio shows,
Mm,
people who are doing TV programs. I have places for book clubs, uh, like I said, literary agents, in the United States, international, in Canada. Uh, I have a whole bunch of contacts. So if there's anybody that's interested in those,
interesting.
feel free to hit me up on Facebook or my contact info, and I will be more than happy to give you those contacts. It's like 300 plus contacts of the whole 9 yards with a
Wow.
whole bunch of people. They got their where they work at, their email, their phone numbers, their address. So if you guys are interested in
Wow.
that, feel free to.
Wow, that's an amazing bonus to viewers who need that. So yeah, thank you so much for sharing. That's much appreciated.
For sure.
Yeah.